This is the C&L dual exhaust system, and it's available for all 2019 and newer 5.3 Silverados not equipped with the factory dual exhaust. Now, with that being said, this would be a great option for those of you with the 1500 trucks that would really want to add that aggressive dual look along with a more aggressive sound profile, but ultimately without breaking the bank. Now, interested 5.3 owners can look forward to a combination of 409 and 304 grade stainless steel throughout here, including your chambered muffler design, which will allow for an aggressive yet not over the top tone, all for right around that mid to high $700 price point. But as is tradition with exhaust videos, let's just jump right into the sound you can expect with the C&L system bolted up. And as we just described, certainly noticeable, but again, without being ridiculous or over the top. And that is probably one of the things I enjoy most about this system. Listen, if you want to have the loudest truck on the block, there are certainly going to be other more aggressive systems available here on the site. But on the other hand, if you're just looking to make a nice little rumble without driving you, your neighbors, or your wife crazy, then this might just be one of the best options out there. So breaking out my patented Wake the Neighbor scale, I have the C&L option coming in at a middle of the road 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. Now inside the truck, things do remain relatively quiet there as well, with only a small amount of noise noticeable at cruising speeds. With our sound covered, let's move into construction. And one thing to note here, guys, is that this might just be one of the most affordable full stainless steel systems currently available for the 2019 and newer 5.3 Silverados. Now, this is going to offer great corrosion resistance here, and this is going to be a 409 grade stainless steel to be exact. That 409 still worthy enough for the most snowy or salty areas out there. Yes, it isn't going to be as robust maybe as a 304 grade, but at the end of the day, it's going to be far better than the more budget-friendly aluminized steel. Now, piping here is a combination of 2.5 inch and 3 inch piping. You do have a nice little flex pipe built into your preliminary or intermediate pipe, in addition to all of the hangers being in the factory location. This particular system does kick in a chambered muffler design here done in a high temp black paint. And finally, everything will exit out of your 3.5 inch tips, also given that unique and stealthy black coating. Now, if you wanted a more traditional polished finish, well, C&L does also offer that here on the site. Definitely check that out as well. Now, one of the things maybe I enjoy most about this system, besides its mellow tone, its full stainless steel build at a very affordable price point, is the fact that C&L does kick in piping to give you a dual rear exit directly out the back of the truck, or a dual side exit configuration. So still out the back, but kind of angled behind those rear tires. I really like the fact that they give you these options, especially at this low of a price point. That's something not a lot of companies really do, and it gives you options on how you ultimately want the system to look. The best part is, if you get tired of a certain configuration, changing it is super simple. Just by swapping a couple of clamps, probably take you a couple of minutes and you're good to go. So again, a lot to like from a build standpoint here at the C&L, again, especially at this price point. Hey, speaking of price point, again, the C&L is going to land you right between $700 or $800, give or take a bit here, which does, again, make this one of the most affordable stainless systems on the site for your newer 5.3 Silverado. I sound like a broken record, but listen, there's a lot of truck owners out there who value a budget-friendly system, but also one that will deliver a nice construction. And I do really think that is one of the strong suits here of the C&L. With that being said, this is going to be far more affordable than other big name systems that offer a stainless build from companies like MBRP, Flowmaster, or Borla, by the way, all of which will be hundreds, if not thousands more at the end of the day. So again, if you're looking for a full stainless system, you want to keep things pretty budget friendly, definitely check out the C&L. All right, let's segue into the installation, and the site's gonna call this a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, taking you about 2 hours or so to knock out from start to finish. But now, to give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you need a 3/8 impact and ratchet, a 16 deep and shallow socket, a 17mm wrench, and the exhaust hanger tool. And also not shown will be a lift and pull jack. All right, today we're going to be installing the exhaust on our Silverado. First, we'll watch a quick video how to uninstall a stock system, then we'll come back here to install the new one.
First step of the uninstall here, of course, get your truck up in the air and properly supported either on jack stands or on a lift like we have it here. I have pole jacks supporting it at the end and the middle of the exhaust, so when we start unbolting it, we have some support. Grab your 13mm socket, we're gonna loosen up this bolt, holding the clamp next to our catalytic converter. All right, next step, we're gonna grab our hanger removal tool and we're gonna pop out our hangers from our isolators. Now, it's a good idea to grab WD-40 or PB Blaster or something similar to lubricate both sides of this to make life easier. There's a couple of these we'll have to remove along the exhaust. A hanger removal tool is definitely gonna come in handy here. Now, on the side of our muffler closest to the rear of the vehicle, we have two hangers. And you can see I have my pole jack here because once these two come off, this is gonna start to drop down a little bit and we want that support there. I'm gonna grab my hanger tool and pop these guys off. Last hanger before the entire exhaust is free in one piece is right above our tailpipe. And there you have it. Now we can grab a helping hand, or if you can do this yourself, you can pull the whole exhaust off in one piece.
So we're gonna start with our front flex pipe section here. Now we have our factory clamp just hanging out on our front section. Just gonna get this over. As you can see, I have a pole jack just to help hold this up in place. We're gonna get this against our front flange and into our hanger over here. Just let that rest here for now. Now we can go ahead and get our muffler on. So now we're gonna put our muffler on. So you see we have one of our larger 3-inch clamps over the inlet. We're just gonna slide this over our front pipe. We're just gonna let that rest here for now, and we're gonna continue on with the driver's side of the exhaust. So we're gonna keep moving on with our next pipe coming out of the back of the muffler. Now this is our driver's side section. You'll see it has a long, hard right turn towards the driver's side. We have our clamp already over. We're gonna get it in our hanger and then in our muffler. Just slide that in, let that rest there for now, and we can go ahead and get our other pipe out of our muffler on. So next we have our over the axle pipe. You'll see it has two hangers built onto it. So we're gonna go to our factory isolators. One here and one here. I have one of our smaller clamps on the back of our muffler. So we're just gonna slide that onto our hangers here and then into our muffler. Now we will need to do some more adjustment, just sliding our muffler forward and back to get everything aligned, but we're just loosely installing everything for now. Get this on our back hanger, just like so. So on our driver's side, we do have to add a hanger. So as you can see, we have our supplied bolt with a flat washer. I'm gonna put that through our new hanger. There's gonna be a section with a hole in the frame here, right behind this bracket. We're gonna slide that through. It's gonna come through the other side. We're gonna grab one of our big metal plates. It's gonna act as our washer. And then we're gonna put another washer, lock washer, and then our nut and thread that all on. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab our ratchet with a 16mm socket and a 17mm wrench and tighten this all down. Grab your supplied isolator and just slide that over the hanger for now, and we can add that onto our exhaust pipe later. So as you see, I just put our isolator on our small section here. That's gonna be the last, not the last section, but our next section on our driver's side. Have one of our smaller clamps. We're gonna go over the axle pipe, slide that over, bring this up to our mount. Get that in there. All right, so from here on out, it's the same thing for both sides. This is where you have your option. You have your S-pipe here, which will bring it straight out the back. Put your tip on, it'll come right out the back. And then you also have your 90-degree, which will bring it out the side. That's what I like better. That's what we're gonna do today. We will show you both options though. But as you see, I already have our clamp over there. Just slide this over our exit pipe. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Then we just need to tighten everything up and get our tips on. So we're gonna tighten everything down, starting from the front, working our way backwards. We're gonna start with our front factory flange here. We have our impact and 13mm socket. Just make sure that's seated all the way, and we'll tighten it down. So now we're gonna tighten down our muffler clamps. We have one in the front and two in the rear. Now you may need to come back later and just adjusting how far the pipes are actually in the muffler. We actually did that off camera, so we're just gonna go ahead and tighten that down. So we're gonna grab our impact and 16mm socket and tighten our front one down first. And then our 2 rear ones. So we have on our driver's side, we have our other clamp here by our shock. We're going to go ahead and tighten that down. Still the same thing, impact and 16. All right, so here's where the same thing on both sides. So we have our 90-degree pipe. We're actually going to grab our tip, which already has our clamp already on it. Just slide that over so we can get our correct angle and how far we want that sticking out. And go ahead and tighten these 2 clamps down, which are the same thing, impact and 16. Now you can go ahead and repeat those same steps for the other side. And that wraps up our install of our C&L dual exhaust system with black tips for a side and rear exit for our 2019 and newer 5.3 liter Silverado and Sierra 1500 without factory dual exhaust. And remember, for everything Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.